Hi, everyone. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rox. And this is
Literature on the Rocks.
What's up? What's new with you guys?
Nothing. No, just kidding. The only thing going on in my life right now is I am on a home decorating kick. As you guys know, we moved into our house a while ago now.
Not that long ago. I'm still trying to decorate my home, and I've been there since 2021.
And it's expensive and hard. I keep telling everybody that my interior decorating style is a cross between hospital and dorm.
Yeah. No, I see that. It fits you perfectly.
Even your dark white and
Sterile.
sterile. Okay.
And like a hodgepodge, right? I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to be like very intentional in the things that I put up and make it cohesive.
Yeah.
And it's much more difficult than I thought when you are decorating with varying styles in your home or
Well, I
opinions
think-
about styles.
We've had these conversations a little bit because I'm similar. I think I fear the commitment of a dark color on the wall. And sometimes you just got to go for it. But
do,
I'm
'cause you
very
can always
much
paint
so,
it.
yeah, I'm very much so. I'm just going to paint it the agreeable gray and then move past it the
Millennial gray?
Yeah, exactly.
I was actually just telling people at work about this. And they're like, well, what's your home style? Like, what's the colors in your house? And I was like, very millennial gray. My house is black, white, and gray.
Yep.
That is the like concept that I've built into it. And I'm just going to put pops of color here. Although I did finally finish like our bed. So it has like pillows and decorative pillows and like a throw. And it looks really good. I'm really proud of myself. Okay. It's actually similar to the color I'm wearing today.
Oh, yeah, you told me it was orange, and I first think I imagined like orange, and I was like, well, that's very bold of you.
Yeah.
The color
it's-
you're wearing is not what
It's
I
like
imagined.
a burnt orange.
Yeah. That's
That-
the color of my duvet cover as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mine's gray. Or white, depending on which one is clean.
Wow, we're more alike than we thought.
And I painted an arch in my bathroom that's that same color.
My room is very like boho. I realized after I've put it all together, I'm like, oh, I would never call myself a boho kind of decorator, but that's totally what it all is.
Yeah. I did desert boho for my bathroom. And
So I'm excited about it because we got photos up. I'm working on the hardest part of the house, which is the living room, dining room area, because it's open concept. So I'm trying to figure that out. But
Which I have found, because I'm afraid to commit to certain things, I have used AI. Not to loop that conversation in, but I've used AI to help me just envision it and see if it's even something I want to do. And I do think I know what I want in certain things. Where I struggle is like, okay, I really want to do my laundry room, but I want to add like cabinets, upper cabinets.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when I start to get nervous. Like, I don't
Why?
know how to do that. And I really want to build like a shelf that goes, because I have front loading. Washer dryer,
Oh, yeah.
like a shelf on top
we
that I
talked
could
about
lift.
doing that when we bought our appliances.
I really want to do it, but I don't know how to build it and put it together. So it
have
makes me really
tools.
nervous.
Putting uppers is actually really easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
My husband has done things like that. So it's actually really easy. I'm pretty sure your husband can do it.
I
and
know
you get them
could.
prefab. So
Yeah.
they're
Where?
It's
Just
super
like
easy.
Lowe's or Home Depot?
IKEA,
Yeah,
Lowe's. Yeah.
The other thing is I was telling my husband that I was like, I think our room is done. I just want to put some sconces on each side above our
Oh, yeah, yeah,
nightstands. And he goes, I don't know that I'm old enough to be talking about sconces.
He is. Tell him to cool his jets. He's fucking well above the sconce stage.
And I
You
was like,
passed that age many moons
I was like,
ago.
we are mature adults. I am pretty sure a sconce is in your vocabulary. Anyways, I think that's the last thing I need. And then the room will be done.
I have sconces in my dining area on the wall. Because I painted the wall black.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then added
I
white
like it.
curtains and then did two
yeah.
black sconces.
I want to keep going. Like, I feel like because you're continuing to decorate, you've always decorated.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you continue to decorate, I'm like, okay, because I want to get pictures printed for our hallway, and I've wanted to. It's just, like you said, it's expensive.
I have a lot of photos on my wall downstairs. There is nothing on the walls upstairs. And the landing is so big, like I don't know what I
think
want to
my
put there.
issue is I don't feel like this is my forever home.
Oh.
And so I keep thinking, why am I going to put in all this effort when we're going to move?
I used to think that way, and then interest rates went high, and I'm like, we're going to be here for a bit, so I'm just going to do some shit.
All right, let's get into this book
This-
summary. We are deep diving Lie to Me by Molly McAdams. I think Rox has an author bio.
Yeah, I do. So Molly McAdams, now publishing under the new name Molly Barlow,
What?
is an American romance author known for her contemporary and romantic suspense stories, including Lie to Me. After 12 years of writing as Molly McAdams, she shifted to her pen name to reflect a new focus on closed-door romances and the evolving direction of her work. She grew up in California and now lives in Texas with her husband and daughter. And when she's not writing, she enjoys hiking, snowboarding, traveling, and long walks on the beach. But she has joked that what this really translates to is she is just being a caffeine-fueled homebody dishing out movie quotes. She doesn't really go anywhere.
But if she likes to travel, how is that?
I don't know, but that's how she jokes about
I'm a
it.
caffeine-fueled homebody that enjoys hiking,
Traveling,
Snowboarding, the outdoors, not being home. I love it.
So McAdams didn't always set out to be a writer. She started writing seriously in her early 20s and used her life experiences, which I thought was funny because what experiences do you have at 20?
The book, the character had some shit by 20.
I mean, that's true. Okay. And snippets of real conversations as inspiration for her novels. Throughout her career, she's published numerous standalone books and series in contemporary romance, new adult, and romantic suspense, with many titles making New York Times and USA Today bestseller lists. Today, as Molly Barlow, she continues to craft swoony, heartfelt romances with relatable characters and emotional depth, and stays connected with her readers through her website and social channels.
Interesting.
Molly Barlow.
Was also self-published. That was how she kind of got going too. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting, right?
I think that's how a lot of people have been.
Doing it. Do you want me to get into the book summary?
Absolutely.
Emma has a troubled past that has left her deeply mistrustful and guarded, especially where relationships are concerned. Living with emotional scars from childhood trauma, she's built walls of steel and ice around her heart, walls she never planned to see coming down. Then Reed Ryan, a compassionate and patient small-town guy with his own quiet strength, steps into her life. Reed is everything Emma instinctively wants to avoid, but as their slow burn connection grows, he begins to show her what trust and safety could feel like. Their relationship isn't simple. Both are navigating past hurts, internal fears, and the challenge of letting someone in when lying has become a reflexive defense. Filled with emotional depth, trust issues, and the journey toward healing, Lie to Me is a story about two flawed people learning to face their truths and discover what love really demands.
That was
Lie to Me.
That was
hard for me to not make faces at.
All right.
All right, let's talk about this cocktail.
Yes.
We're calling this one the Trauma Bond. It's got 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce Chambord, 2 ounces blueberry juice, and a splash of Sprite. And the things that we wanted to convey with this drink was that it looks dark and menacing, but when you taste it, it's actually fruity and light
Yes.
and a little bitch.
Yes. It's giving tasty bitch vibes.
Tasty. Oh, no, I don't like that.
Okay. That's true. We won't say that. Cheers.
Cheers.
I think I need to stir it.
Me too.
I think so.
What is that? It's still strange.
Maybe it's the blueberry
I think
juice.
it's blueberry juice. So first of all, blueberry juice is not easy to come by.
Amazon has it though. Get it to you
Never
next day.
Heard of it.
It's sweet, but it doesn't mask the vodka like
no?
I thought it was going to. It's not terrible.
No, it's not bad.
Like when I taste it, I'm not like, oh, that's some vodka, right? Like,
No, me neither.
No, it's an aftertaste.
Well, I guess
just-
it hits all the notes of the book as we intended for it to.
we're very excited about it. It's dark and fruity, and then you taste it, and you're like, well, all right.
It was lackluster.
I've had better.
I've had better.
All right, let's get into this. These chumpies. Don't this book make you want to
Jump, jump.
You guys are so dumb. I forgot about that song.
Okay, so the first chump is going to be me. It's going to be the prologue through chapter 8. We meet Emma. Emma rushes. She's leaving Manhattan. She's reflecting on her childhood where her mom basically picked her up and moved her all over the place. She never went to New York. So when she decided to try and better her life and get away from her mom, which she decided to move to Manhattan, she kind of built up her life there. It was pretty good. And then clearly something has happened to make her want to go back to her grandmother, who she calls Lala. She hasn't seen her grandmother Lala in 10 years since Lala tried to take her in. Her mom eventually disappeared. She told her, I'll be back in a week. And then she never came back, leaving Emma when she was 18 years old to build her life alone. At that point, she decided she didn't want anything to do with her mom or her life. So she was like, I'm never going back. And part of her mom's routine was she would go to a place. She would meet a man. It would be a bad guy. Some bad things would happen. Eventually, she would run away from this life, taking Emma with her. And they'd go back to Lala's house where she would ask for money because she was owed drug money or whatever. Like, she was definitely a druggie. Lala would give her the money, but one time she didn't give her the money. And that was the last time she saw Lala. She gets to Lala's house. She arrives at Lala's house. Lala is shocked because she like opens the door and she like screams and comes back. And then all of a sudden this little girl comes up. Her name's Nora. And Emma realizes Nora has her same eyes. She greets her. And Lala explains Emma's mom claimed Emma died by suicide. Like, she had no idea she was still alive.
Yeah.
6 years ago, she dropped off Nora and was like, I can't do this again. And that was the last time Lala saw the mom. Nora immediately asks why Emma left her. And she kind of gets snappy. She has this like blunt response like, my mom left me too.
Yeah, I didn't leave you. I couldn't know. Yeah,
I didn't even know you existed until 5 minutes ago. Which definitely creates tension. And I feel like you get this vibe that Emma is...
She's got a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, she's definitely gone through some stuff. She's a little bit...
Her initial reaction is always like hostility.
Yeah.
Like, keep people away from me.
Yeah, and so she kind of does that to this little girl. Lala's weekly first responder dinner fills the house. She like comes home on a Thursday and she's like, what's going on? And Lala's like, it's Thursday, of course. You didn't notice all the cars outside? All day she prepares breakfast, lunch, dinner for all the first responders throughout the day. They come whenever they're ready and she just cooks them food. Mm-hmm. What a commitment, man.
Every single week.
Every Thursday.
All by herself.
And if there's a first responder in the area, well, she's probably going to bring them food. Like, she's constantly cooking.
Yeah.
She's running a restaurant without making any income.
Yes.
A pro bono restaurant.
Yeah.
But people in the town also donate to her to like help fund the food.
So then this heavily tattooed man comes in. His name is Reed. And Nora, the little girl, runs straight to him, which Emma's kind of unexpected. Like, Nora's been standoffish. She's very quiet, very shy in the corner. And then all of a sudden, this tattooed man comes in. And she's like, yeah, exactly, my Reed, and runs to him. And he scoops her up. And it's this really tender moment. And Emma feels unexpectedly drawn to this guy. But she retreats upstairs because he's exactly the kind of guy that her mom would go for. And she's like, stay away from that guy. He's everything wrong in the world. She's afraid she's going to turn into her mother. So after resting, she kind of realizes, I'm doing exactly what my mom did. I'm running to my Lala to go get help. That's what my mom did. I don't want to do that. So she basically tells Lala, I'm going to leave. And Lala's like, if that's how you feel, fine. I'm not going to force you to stay. But Reed left. Can you go deliver him this dinner? And she's like, I don't want to go deliver Reed dinner. He's horrible. He's everything that you've warned me not to. And she's like, he's a good man. He's a good man, dude.
Reed has a heart of gold.
He's the best thing that's ever happened to the world.
Not Reed.
Yeah, exactly. So Emma leaves to go deliver dinner to Reed. Then we get into this next chapter and it's Reed talking, and Reed is waking up from a nightmare. He decides to go for a run and he bumps into Emma at a coffee shop. When he gets into the coffee shop, he sees her and he talks about how he felt the day before seeing her. Like, he has this like reaction like, oh, I'm so attracted to her. She's so...
My loins are throbbing for her.
But then he like goes to order something. He realizes he forgot his wallet, and the coffee girl is like pining over him. Like,
that coffee girl wants to hop on that thing like nobody's business.
Yes, she
please
does.
let me give you some free coffee and water.
I'll just pay for a water, Reed.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'll just give it to you. I'll pay for it. Yes.
But it feels like everybody in the town is pining over him.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, but this
everyone
girl
wants
is nutty.
Reed.
Yeah, she's a bit
And he
extreme.
even talks like, every time I see her, I try to be like, no, I'm not interested. And she just doesn't take the hint.
Yeah.
She wants me so bad. Just wonderful in that way. Actually, I don't get these vibes of he's arrogant.
No,
No,
not
I
at
don't
all.
think so. No.
He almost feels bad. Like, I am trying to do everything that I can to let you know.
Yes.
No.
He like truly is like, please, you are not going to pay for this water bottle for me. Just give me a cup of water.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. It's free. I just want water. It's okay. Are you sure? I would do anything for you, Reed. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of goes to walk out and he runs into Emma, and Emma's like, do that often? And he's like, what? She's like, use your looks and who you are to get free things from women and let them pine over you and whatever. And he's kind of like, no. And she's like, I heard you last night too. And then she starts to mimic the things that she heard last night. And she's like, oh, Reed, right? She's like in the middle of this coffee shop. And he's like, oh my God.
Because he didn't know that she had brought the food last night.
Yes. So he's taken aback a little bit, but then also a little bit turned on by her.
It's like, oh, I would
moaning
love
his
her
name,
saying my
yes.
name like that.
He's like, all these things you're doing to me right now, this is not great. But she's obviously pissed off. Like, she hates him.
Yeah,
she
like,
thinks
he
you
always
are
comments.
this womanizer and you're getting your way with women, and I don't want anything to do with you. Lala thinks she knows you, but I've just seen twice now your true colors, taking advantage of this coffee shop girl and whatever you were doing to that girl last night.
Which she might have liked.
Yeah.
Sounded good.
But different women every day, is that your thing, right? Then we go back into Emma's point of view, and as Emma settles into Lala's house, she tells her about running into Reed. She dreams of him and wakes up disgusted. Like, she's clearly attracted to him, but she's like, I can't be. Ew. Lala encourages her to be friends with him. Like, you need a good man. I promise you he's a good man, and I never told you to stay away from men that look like him. I meant stay away from the men like your mother was attracted to in their soul, not because he has tattoos, because he's tatted all over. But the relationship remains strained. Emma recalls past traumas, including a boss drunkenly implying she'd be worth every dime. Like, she was late at work and him drunk and this other friend guy were at like a bachelor party or something.
It felt like that they were like grabbing on her, like, oh, you're the girl we hired. And she's like, not for
Weren't there
that.
supposed to be more of you? Hey, yes. And so she like just gives little glimpses into this night that you know something right didn't happen, like something bad happened during this night.
Yeah.
But she doesn't dive into all the details. You just know he was a little bit handsy and they were drunk and assumed she was a stripper.
And then she
made
fucking ran
comments.
away.
And then she ran away. Reed, we're back at Reed's point of view. He's encountering Emma again and jokingly asks if she's stalking him. He's confused that she's staying with Lala and surprised Nora has an older sister. Like, he goes to Lala's house and he's like, oh, you're stalking me now. She's like, I live here. And that throws him off. Wait, you live here?
Like,
and
how
then
the fuck
sees
do you
it,
know
like,
Lala?
He's like, oh, but he kind of for a moment thinks you're Nora's mom. The things I know about Nora's mom are not good. And now he's like almost defensive. Like, you left her here. Emma quickly tells him, that's my sister. My mom left both of us. She's a bitch.
Basically. Fuck that girl.
He's confused a little bit. Like, I didn't know. We've talked about our families all the time, Lala and I didn't know she had another granddaughter. He's surprised Nora has an older sister at all. Emma gets inside and she flees upstairs. Again, running away from this
Always
whatever
fleeing.
this feeling is.
Always fleeing.
And Reed goes to Lala wanting to know more information. Despite Emma's coldness, the tension between them grows, and Reed thinks about her all Sunday long.
He's like, she's so cold and callous, but she's so hot.
And that voice when she was saying my name, I just want her so bad. Oh,
But she hates me. I see the hate in her eyes every time I look at
I
her.
love that she doesn't want me like everyone else does.
Essentially, she's got nothing but hate in her eyes. There's a
And I
fire
just
back
want
there.
more of it.
I want to feel that heat.
All right, so Emma and Reed, they begin talking more. And Lala almost creates these scenarios.
Like
where-
run-ins.
Yeah, like,
Lala's doing
I
all the
need-
shit.
Since you're here, do you want to have dinner with us? He's like, no. Okay, well then since you're here, do you want to work on this porch swing I need help with? And he's like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Oh, I called Reed over. You're
Yeah.
here, right?
Reed explains Nora needs stability. She was born with a heart defect and learning disability due to their mom using while pregnant. He admits he'd die for her. He just loves Nora, and that's why he mostly comes. He loves Lala too, but he really wants to be there for that little girl. Lala encourages Reed to reconnect with his own mother, and Nora later throws a jealous tantrum over Emma getting Reed's attention. She's a
She
little
calls
girl.
her, what does she call her? The other one or her?
This, yeah, it's like,
Is
I
that
don't want
one.
to be with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
one,
She
yeah.
left me here with that one.
Yeah.
So Emma is all dressed up. She tells Lala she has an interview, but she's actually meeting a lawyer to protect Lala from their mom.
She wants to protect Nora from the things that she couldn't protect herself from.
Yeah, and help Lala have some security.
Yeah.
So she goes to this lawyer. The lawyer recognizes her mother.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
she looks like her mom, and so they're like,
She's like, oh, Wade.
Yeah.
Are you so-and-so's daughter? And she's like,
Yes.
how do you know my mom?
Yeah, so they like there's already this interesting interaction.
because her mom grew up in this town and knows all of these people.
Everyone, it's a small town.
It's a small
Everyone knows
town.
that she came every year to take advantage
they
of Lala.
know of her.
And yeah, and
And
Lala's
they
lived
love
there.
Lala. Yes. So it's like they know that she's not a good, the mom is not a good person. And now here this daughter is again. And it's like, So sitting nearby though is Jared Davis, who is a man from Manhattan. And Emma sees him and like panics. And he kind of is like, what are you doing here? I already told you can't do anything about what happened that night. She runs out of the interview like she doesn't even want to talk to the lawyer anymore because she feels clearly threatened by this Jared guy. Jared chases her, warning her she can never come after them now that she knows what they do. Shaken, Emma ducks into a bookshop. She's like going down the road and she sees this really cool looking building, but she's kind of tucked away and she sees a help wanted sign. So she applies for it. And when she returns home, Lala confronts her about running out of the law office because the dad called Lala.
Ron Butler
Confronts her about running out of the law office. And Emma like snaps, feeling Lala never sees how hard she's worked not to become her mother.
Also, I think she's mad. Like, how did you even know that I went to go see a lawyer?
Yeah.
Like Lala's very guarded because she thinks she chose to stay away all those years and was doing God knows what, who knows where.
Right. They're learning about who each other are.
Yeah.
And obviously Lala has this
She doesn't want to be
perception
hurt.
on how her daughter used to treat her. So she's guarded.
Yeah.
Anyways, Emma does talk about how she gets this job. She went into this bookstore and the lady was like, I can't pay you very much. And Emma was kind of like, I don't care. I love this part of the story because she's going to help rebuild this bookshop.
Yeah,
This
is a
cool
cute part of the
bookshop.
story.
Yes. And the owner of the bookshop is so sweet and trying to give Emma a chance. And Emma tells her, like, I can't give you any references because God knows they're not going to be good. Like, please don't call my old employer.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. So they reconcile and Emma excitedly shares the news of the bookshop job. Emma later goes to Reed's house.
Yes. She's always being sent to be around
They're
Reed.
always trying. Lala, look it. We get it. You want them together.
Yeah, right?
So she goes to Reed's house to drop off food again, and she's kind of panicked after she like realizes he's a cop. But she brings him leftover food from Lala, and Reed is unsettled and shuts the door on her. Like they just are constantly kind of at each other.
Yeah.
But also every time they close the door, they're like, "Oh, I really want.
I want to
that
bang
person.
that guy.
Yeah, I like that.
The sexual tension has built.
Yeah, but it's weird sexual.
It is
tension.
weird.
It is. So then we jump into chapters 9 to 19.
Chomp.
We're in Emma's point of view, and she remembers being woken up by police banging on the RV door. They force themselves into her RV. They find cocaine on the table. Emma's mom allows cops to think it's Emma's cocaine.
And a shitty mom. She's a shitty mom.
She
Yeah.
is. And then the cops offer to forget seeing anything in exchange for sex. And she's like, well, I'm 14.
But she, at first, it like almost is insinuating, I want to have sex. And the mom's like, okay, we can go to my room. And he's like, no, with her. Like with Emma. Who's
And then
this
the mom
little
gets
girl.
like jealous
Yes. Like, I'm right here.
mad. Yeah. Her mom takes the place and goes with the cop into their bed in the RV. It's not like it's a huge space.
But I don't think that, I think she obviously is the one that the cop takes every once in a while. for
Yes.
Emma.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's insinuated that, like,
Yeah.
the cops take advantage of Emma.
That was the first time that it had escalated to that.
So she's sitting on the porch that night, and Reed arrives again in his police SUV, apologizing for his reaction, and he wants to know more about her. And she explains she is connecting him to men in her past that took advantage of their position and power. And Reed walks closer to her. The whole time he's always like, I'm gonna get close to you now. I'm gonna touch you. And he touches her wrist. And
I'm
then
going to take a step towards you.
yeah.
I'm going to touch your arm.
And
like,
then
almost like trying to get consent. Like, I'm going to tell you about this, right? He's trying to be,
Nick, tell me to stop. I'm coming closer.
Yeah.
He could tell
caring
she's
about
skittish.
it. Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
trying to
like, she
respect your
found
boundaries.
a lost dog on the street.
Yes, very much.
I just want to smell my hand.
Just gonna slip this collar on you. Thank you. Now you're mine.
I have this little piece of cheese. Come eat it.
Who wants a hot dog? So he touches her wrist, but then his radio goes off, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go." And she's also freaked out about the fucking
likes-
radio.
Because if you
She
think about
can't
it,
move.
this man is not working so often during his shifts. I thought about this the whole time. Like, aren't you supposed to be protecting and serving? What are you doing sitting in the back of this truck?
I thought he was going to see her right after the shift. So he's like still in his.
No, he's like mid
This one,
shift
no.
getting called on, like, I'll be there
In this
soon.
situation, he is, but I think he went there to go
Niner,
like
niner.
check in on Lala real quick. Niner. So in Reed's point of view, he's eating with his roommates. He's reflecting on leaving Florida and ending up in this small town. And he tells Butler and Rowe, those are their last names. It's Nick. Nick is Butler. It's Nick Butler and Peter Rowe. And he's telling them
great
about
memory.
Emma. Butler warns she won't stay long. and that if she's anything like her mother, Reed should run. He remembers the mom coming back because he's neighbors with Lala and remembers shit happening. He's like, that bitch is trouble. Back at Emma's point of view, she's at her new job. She's like working with Donna. They go get a loan to renovate the bookshop. And Donna tells her that a former employer called her and was trying to warn her about Emma. And she was like, I understand. She's like, but I'm not going to believe him. I'm going to take a chance. I can tell
this is maybe not a great person.
Yeah. So in Reed's point of view, he sees Emma at a coffee shop and he like swoops into the booth with her. When she asks what Lala meant about him saving her life, because Lala does say like, you need to be like, Reed is a good man. He saved my life. I wouldn't be here without Reed. And she's like, what does she mean? He says like, oh, Lala lied. I didn't save her life. And he gets up and walks away. Like, oh, we're not talking about that. So then back in Emma's point of view, she's exhausted from shopping. She heads upstairs, but the stairs trigger some traumatic flashback.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't go into it. She's just like, oh, my God. And then she hears...
She's like clenched onto the
railing.
Rail.
Yeah.
Like petrified in fear.
Frozen.
Yes.
She hears Reed arrive, so she turns her ass back around and goes downstairs. After Reed gets defensive, because she like comes down and she's like, stalker. She tries to be like funny to him, but like angry funny.
She's trying to shake off whatever just happened on the stairs.
Yeah. She turns to leave and he grabs her, triggering a panic attack. Anytime this girl is touched or you sneak up on her or she doesn't know something's happening, she like freaks out, panic attack.
She clearly has a shit ton of trauma in her past.
Yes.
That
Some
she has
major
yet to deal
PTSD.
with. She's been trying to shove it down for years and ignore it. And now here it's all starting to come up and bubble up.
In Reed's point of view, he's arriving at Lala's. This is another night. He finds Emma on the swing and she teases him again for stalking, but she didn't.
It's so funny every time she's like, you're stalking me, aren't you? I have so much dark trauma in my history that this is a fun joke that you're stalking me.
Yeah, right.
But she did text him to help fix her doorknob. Her doorknob broke. She was like, oh, did your friend Butler tell you about that night? And he hasn't. And Reed's like,
oh, because Butler has warned him. Like,
he warned him,
away
but
from her.
she specifically says that night.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I want to know your story, but I don't know what the fuck that night means.
Yeah.
He starts talking. They like slowly open up to each other. It's so weird. Emma learns that Lala had a stroke. Reed found her. So then they go upstairs together. Emma opens up about her mom only showing up to Lala's for money. The night her mom attacked her on the stairs, causing Emma's arm to dislocate before Lala saved her. Butler, Nick, his buddy, arrived because he lived next door to help. He heard screaming, crashing, and he ran over.
Because the mom fell down the stairs and cracked her head open, and now there's a bloody woman at the bottom of the stairs.
Yes. So then the power goes out, and Emma's whispering Reed's name, and he's like, I'm going to kiss you now. And he kisses her, and she's like, stop.
Yeah, because everything this woman has done so far feels like kissing's the way to heal her.
Yeah, with my lips.
It's really...
And my tips. Lips and tips. In Emma's point of view, later in the day, Lala asks about her day and mentioned Reed came by to fix the doorknob and seemed disappointed that she wasn't home. When Emma admits Reed kissed her, Nora walks in and she overhears and is heartbroken. And Emma follows.
Reed?
You kissed my Reed?
Yeah.
Emma follows Nora and Lala because Lala goes and takes her, like, let's go talk. And so she follows them. And near tears, Emma tells Lala she doesn't understand why Reed is so gentle and why it scares her. And Lala shares her own story of loss and finding love again, about how she was married or had like a strong love interest. Guy went to war, didn't come back, but then she met what is Emma's grandpa and had this long, beautiful love life.
She swore she would never love again because love couldn't be that. And then she found this one who made her feel awake again. And I thought that was a beautiful story.
Yeah, it was. So then there's a flashback. There's men pulling at Emma's clothes. Chris Dennis is assaulting her. She wakes from a nightmare, sees a missed text from Reed inviting her to watch the sunrise, and he's waiting outside. He's sitting on the porch swing. Emma is standing against the house like the cool girl that she is. He asked about the doorknob and where she was the other day, and she admits she was working and afraid of failing and that Nora is upset. and she turns off the porch light to avoid the nosy neighbors.
Because at the very beginning when she's showing up, they're like, you're running from something. They're chasing you. The cops are after you. You're getting away with it, right? They're like,
Just like
the cops
your
are at your
mother.
house
Just
every
like
night.
your mother.
just like your mother. Yeah, they're just like these old biddies.
Little bitches. So Emma and Reed exchange more personal truths. Her fear of falling hard. His past...
For him,
For
not
him.
in general.
Yeah. His past engagement. Reed admits he's already fallen for her, and she asks...
She gets real upset about the engagement. Like,
she does.
That he was
how dare
engaged
you
prior.
love someone else before this? And
How dare you live a life before
you
me?
clearly could just love someone and let them go.
Yeah.
That's not the life
What kind
I
of
want.
man are you?
I'm like, wow, again, those traumas
Are
really
hard.
trauma-ing.
Yeah. She asks for something she should know about him, and he says it would take a whole day to explain. She shares more about her mom, and he asks for a chance to prove this isn't fleeting. Like, let me show you that these feelings I have for you are strong, even though we just met a week ago.
Which
Yeah,
is
right.
how they get to know each other pretty quickly, too. She keeps asking, like, share something you think I should know about you. And he goes deep most times.
And then asks a question about her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I like popcorn.
Yeah. My favorite color is blue.
So that evening, Lala hurriedly tells Emma they need to go. They grab food and drive to help Reed's neighbors, the Allens.
Which this scene upset me. Why is no one telling Emma what's going on, but they're expecting her to jump in and help?
Yeah, it's very odd. And then you find out later and you're like, what?
Yeah.
All right, so Lala sends Emma to Reed's house with one of the bags. Pete answers, who is Ro, and she awkwardly explains like why she's there. Like, Lala sent me with food. There is a pregnant crying woman who comes barging in the door looking for Peter.
Which we've met previously, and it's clear that whoever her boo is, we don't like him very much.
Or he's not around really
Like,
either.
he's kind of a dick.
So Peter sits her down. Reed returns briefly, and Emma walks out with him. They agree to meet in the morning after his shift. Emma, Peter, Lala, and Leah sit down. Leah's the pregnant girl.
lady, yeah.
And they eat together.
And that ends Rachel's chumps and begins mine. Chapter 20 through 29. They're all having dinner, and Reed arrives home later to find that Emma's on his porch. Like, she hasn't left. She's just kind of chilling and relaxing. Inside, Reed talks her through the fear and asks her to close her eyes. So they go inside, and he's like, talk to me a little bit about like what's going on. Close your eyes and like walk me through it.
Well,
And
he's because he's wearing his uniform again. And
Right.
So
She's
because he had just gotten home from work, and she's all tense, which, I don't know. Just reading it gave me a crick in my neck. She's always tense.
yes.
So she closes her eyes, and she's like trying to work through it. During their discussion, he asks her if she's a virgin, and she kind of just like really sternly, in the way look in her eyes, tells him no. And he realizes that she's not a virgin from her own willingness to not be a virgin. Before he can follow her outside, Ro sort of intervenes, warning him he'll get hurt and to stay away from Emma, because he's like chasing her, right? Because she eventually just is like, no, I'm not a virgin, but then takes off because now she's divulged a little too much.
How dare you talk to me about my sexual habits?
Yeah. Emma's point of view, she wakes up early to find a text asking her to watch the sunrise again. That's like their thing. He's clearly not working. He's trying to get over to watch sunrises at Lala's house.
Gets
I know.
off of work
Yeah,
before the
I
sun
know.
rises.
And so she quickly gets dressed, and she's hearing Lala making Thursday breakfast in the
thing
kitchen.
that pisses Rocks off the most is that this cop is clearly not working.
He's supposed to be protecting and serving, and he's over here trying to get a piece of butt.
Piece of butt. That sounds gross.
It does. It sounds way worse than what like,
If you would have said ass, it would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I feel
But
like you want some pork roast.
It's Thursday, so Lala's making breakfast in the kitchen. She invites him into her room, and he said he can't, knowing what he wants to do to her. She's like, you could come upstairs. Because it's sunrise, right?
But she still like fights herself because she doesn't want to take him up there and be alone with him.
But she also does
Yeah.
want to be alone with him.
She's like, I think I like him, but also trauma.
She says she trusts him, and he kisses her, and she's crying as fear rattles her, and hearing a clatter, they run downstairs. Lala is safe, so they return to her room. They like run down there, and they're like, what the heck happened? There was some kind of like...
She dropped a pan. It wasn't anything crazy.
They thought she had a stroke and fell over, and really she just dropping stuff in the kitchen. They go back to her bedroom, and Reed asks her to share something about her. She blurts out that she doesn't know how to do this, which is to be in a relationship, and she wants it because she wants to be in a relationship, but she can't get over kind of the things that have happened in her life. And she asks him to share something about himself, and they continue to share revelations with each other, and they fall asleep. And when she wakes up, she sort of panics because Peter's at the door. He's like, yo, what are you doing in there? Let's go. What? Reed? Is that you in the bedroom? Like,
I know you guys are in there.
Yeah, and he's kind of making fun of Reed for not answering his phone because he's been calling him and Reed's been ignoring it. And he says he missed sunset with them.
Oh, because
they were
the night
supposed
before,
to.
they hung out in the truck, and when he was sad, and they did sunrise together.
And like
Yes.
she was like,
This
do you
is
want to come?
sunrise.
Ha ha ha.
As Reed fumbles with his phone, Emma sees a message from Kira, please come home. And she panics silently about what that means about Reed. And if he lied to her, she's immediately like, oh, he's
That was
seeing
his
somebody.
engagement. Like that was his
Great.
fiance.
Yeah.
Got another girl in the rotation.
And
she doesn't
he's
know.
supposed
Yeah.
to be coming home, and he's over here watching the sunrise with me. Not knowing who Kira was,
It's pretty good.
she continues to think about it while getting ready for work. She's literally spiraling. She's like trying to get dressed. So she's getting ready for work. So two girls, Hannah and another girl, make lewd comments about her sleeping with Reed. They're like just jealous, really. And so they're just giving her shit about it. And she runs
and Hannah was the bitch he was banging the night she dropped off food.
She runs into Nick and panics, remembering the night her mom fell. And he tries to reintroduce himself like, oh, hey, I'm Nick Butler. Like she doesn't already know who he is.
Well, he's kind of like, let's start over.
Yeah. So she realizes that Nick's brother-in-law was one of the men who tried to rape her on her last night in New York. So getting home from work, exhausted, she sits with Lala and tells her that she doesn't want anything to do with Reed. And as Reed, Nora, and another officer come into the room, she sees the hurt in Reed's eyes as she tries to mask her emotions, and she walks away. So he like overhears her telling Lala, I don't want anything to do with that guy. Like he's everything I don't want in my life.
I saw some things.
He was a bad guy.
yes.
Yeah, there was women talking about him this morning, and then I saw a message like clearly
he's
got
seeing
some
a
shit.
million other women, and this is nothing that I should be a part of.
Yeah.
And he overhears it, and he's extremely hurt by it. And she tries to kind of pretend it didn't happen, and she walks away. Lala follows her upstairs, and Emma talks to Lala about the girls and lies that Reed must have been telling her. Lala tries to tell her that Reed isn't like that and that he's wrecked about what just happened, that he's clearly visibly distraught about how she's feeling. And none of this, there has to be a misunderstanding. They talk about Emma's mom and how Lala cared for Emma during her first 2 years of life before her mom came and took her away. In Reed's perspective, after his shift, he showers and started out on a drive to clear his head. He ended up at his parents' house in Florida because he's clearly upset.
He cleared his head on a 6-hour drive.
Well, sometimes you
To
need
a
it.
place that he hasn't been for years.
Yes. His dad opens the door and asks him to come in. He had been gone for 3 years, and they pick up arguing again about Reed missing his sister's weddings. After their argument, they start talking about Reed's life and Emma, and he's trying to piece together why he fell for her and why she walked out. His dad asks if he will stay for a few days, and he says he was always proud of him, and they leave to go see his mom, sister, and her twins. They have like this touching moment where he's like spilling his guts about this girl that he's fallen in love with, and his dad's kind of like, wow, you're opening up. Okay, let's have this. Because he's been gone for all of these years.
The dad just keeps asking questions. He's like, well, why are you even fighting for her? And he's like, I don't know. We like bicker all the time. And he's like, that's how I knew your mom was the one for me, because we fought
all the time.
Clearly healthy
trauma.
relationships.
So Emma
passion.
thriving at her job, and she's feeling excited and fulfilled with the progress of the bookshop because they're remodeling it and they're getting ready to reopen. After lunch and picking up a surprise for Donna, she went back to the bookstore to find Reed. 8 days since she told him off. So he angrily begs her to tell him what he did. He's like, I don't understand why you went from 0 to 100 so quickly. What happened?
Yeah.
So she says nothing, and he leaves kind of defeated. And as she goes to her truck to unload the heavy surprises for Donna, she realizes she can't lift them, but Reed approaches offering help. He's been like standing in the shadows, like, I know you're going to need some help, so when you need it, I'm going to be here. Accepting Reed's help, they bring everything inside.
Big ass.
frames.
And she starts unwrapping large frame photos of Donna and her family.
Which is
Because
a really
this is-
sweet surprise.
Yes, because this is like a family bookshop, and Donna
Donna
was
is like-
just trying to revive it. Reed starts to ask again what he did, and she says, Hannah, But as she cries and sits on the floor, men walk in. It's Nick and the other officers. Reed had asked them to come help because he knew that she was going to need more help. And running to the office to get away, he follows and tells her he loves her. She just one word, Hannah.
And then crumples into a ball crying.
Yeah, loses
like
it.
that.
And then all the freaking first responders of the town come in and
Not
start
just
helping.
first responders, cops show up in uniform, and she's like, ah! And then runs into the office, just
And
like
so
that.
he follows her and tells her that he's in love with her. And she
That's
says,
going to save the day.
Yeah, right? Because that's a perfect time
All
to...
of a sudden, my trauma is no more.
I love cops now.
She says he was the man that she can't love, and she needed to stay away from him. And he heads for the door, but before leaving, he confirms that he was only with Hannah once before they knew each other.
Hey, you heard that, girl, when
Yeah,
you dropped off food.
That was the only time we've been together, and that was the time you found us. She finally tells him about the lewd comments from all the girls about her wanting to be with Reed, and she realizes that she loves Reed, but doesn't say it out loud. So then in Reed's perspective, he's walking back to the office to let Emma know he was leaving, and he finds her tucked in a nook with her heels off, just reading, just finally... For the first time, looks a little bit relaxed. And she asks him to wait. She admits she was projecting things onto him and finally tells him she's afraid of men. And he can sense her fear and asks him how she could be falling in love with him. So then in Emma's perspective, she tells him she hates his job. She hates that he's a cop, but she also hates when he isn't there with her. There's this push and pull. She hates that about him, but also loves everything about him. And she's fighting with this internal struggle and tells him about all the men her mom brought into her life and how they liked little girls, and cops never helped her. She continues to elaborate how dirty cops shaped her fear. And she finally told Reed her full story about her last night in New York. And she finally asks him who Kira is. He now understands why she shut down. Yes, he's like, oh, I see. The night we were together, Kira texts, and okay, you think it's somebody else. He tells her that it's his sister. And she asks him to kiss her, and while he does, he tells her he loves her again. After returning home, Lala takes her to the neighbor's house. Her face drops when she realizes that Ron Butler answers the door.
Which is the lawyer she went to go see.
Yes, and Leah is there too, and notes they live on the same street.
Which means the husband, who was Mr. Rapey Babes, is also on the same street.
Lives on the same street. Jared Davidson freaking corners her in the hallway, and she tries to threaten him and notes his wife is in the house. And he laughs it off like he's not worried about it and says he will have her eventually, then lets her go. He pins her up and he is whispering in her ear. And
She's
he's
your wife is right here.
Sniffing her
and
neck.
he's like,
won't
I'm going
care.
to wait until you beg me to fuck you.
Yes. And she quickly tells Lala she was tired and needed to leave. She just needed to get out there. So she just, whatever excuse she could think of to get out of that house. Instead of going home, she kept walking until her mind was clear and she realizes she was near Reed's house. And he wasn't home, but Peter lets her in and offers food. She's just literally walking down the street.
Barefoot, holding her heels.
With no direction and ends up at Reed's house. And she asks...
my body knew to take me to Reed's.
When she's finally in there, she's eating and she asks to take a shower and changes into Reed's clothes. He tells her yeah, go. Reed's room is right here. Take a shower.
But
grab
she's
whatever you
weird
need.
about it. And she's like, Reed's goes, and he's like,
We
Reed's,
don't care.
yeah,
We're all
Reed's
adults.
not going to care. And he's like, do you want me to text him that you're here? And she's like, I mean, you don't have to. And he's like, would that make you feel better? He's trying to help her. And he's
Yes.
like, it's really not weird. Go wash your ass and put on clothes.
I don't know how to help you because you are so broken and hurt and traumatized.
Yeah.
That
They're
I'm
all starting to
tiptoeing
realize it now.
around what do I need to do to make you feel okay?
And
Yes.
Peter knows, oh, you're clearly weirded out by another man being around you alone with, so do what you want.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to tell Reed so he knows that you're protected and we're
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
That me and him are good and he's okay with me being here kind of thing?
Yeah.
And so he does. He texts him and they sit and they just kind of eat together. And after cleaning up, Peter suggests that she just go to sleep. And she asks if he loves Leah. And he's taken aback, but tells Peter Ron is not a good man. He's kind of surprised Emma noticed this dynamic between them. And so he's like, well, he's just not a good guy. And I don't like him for her. And that ends my chump.
If I knew this man was disgusting and was trying to rape me, but he's married to this woman, and now I'm sitting in front of a man who's potentially good
And loves her.
and loves her and wants what's best for her, I don't know if I would tell him, but I feel like I would be like, are you okay? Because I know what he's doing to me. What's he doing to you?
Yeah, I don't think she's.
I don't think I'd be like, I'm just going to turn a blind eye. And blah, blah, blah. But obviously, she's very traumatized.
Yeah,
So.
I don't. Okay, we'll get into it.
Yeah. All right. So part 2 is chapters 30 through 38. From Reed's perspective, he's coming home. And his heart skips a beat, seeing Emma in his bed. He wakes her because they've had these experiences where they've fallen asleep. And if he touches her, she freaks the F out.
Or just she wakes up and sees a body in her bed.
Punches him or
Yeah.
Yes. So she wakes up and he wakes her up and asks her for help to take off his uniform to show her that it's just clothes. Come and strip me down in the closet. So she does. She starts to take off his clothes, and as she strips him, she says she wants to try things with him. She wants to try.
I'm ready now. All of a sudden, my trauma is suppressed
okay.
enough. You could bang me.
Taking off your clothes has worked. They work themselves into bed, and Emma tells him she loves him. Afterwards, he asks her to come with him to his parents' anniversary party. So now they have slept together, and the dick has helped.
But part of it is weird because he's fiddling her in front of the mirror, and he's like, "I want you to see that you like this."
Yeah,
that's gonna help with your trauma.
Yeah, because you don't
watch me fiddle you.
Fiddly fig you. But it does feel cringy. The way that they first have this sexual encounter is...
the first time does feel a little forced, and it feels like he's trying to be sweet, but it's also awkward.
Undress me, take off my pants, let me touch you, and you watch yourself do it.
Yes.
Look at your face. You like this.
You wanted me. So then from Emma's perspective, she's stopping to get clothes and leaving a note for Nora and Lala. She decides she's going with him, and they start their 6-hour journey to Florida. Emma learns more about Reed's family and his childhood, which is also wild. His dad was a detective that undercover and people stole his mom and kidnapped her. Yeah, and so he's always had to do these drills with his dad about how to get out of handcuffs and be locked in a box and figure out how to get out. And Emma learns more about Reed's family and his childhood. She fears that his family is full of cops, which they definitely are. His uncle, his dad, everyone's there.
They walk in, she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, Reed tells her no one will get close to her with him. The whole precinct. Reed tells her no one will get close to her with him around, and realizing Reed was tricked, there's no anniversary party, but all the family was there to meet Reed and Emma.
Because he's an ex-SEAL, too. He's not just a cop. He's an ex-SEAL.
Which is a big deal, too, in the book, that she finds out, and he's like, you know that now. She's like, yeah, I still don't like you.
And that's why he's saving lives. He was a freaking SEAL.
Well, he doesn't tell people because his first wife...
His fiance
was because he was a SEAL. She liked the idea of being with a hero.
Didn't call him Reed. It was my SEAL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ew.
Stupid. And then when
now
he
gets called
she was
Reed.
with another woman, or she was with another man. And that's why he didn't go to the weddings, was because he never got an invite because she never gave it to him. And it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say they might have some crazy ass family things, but they do seem like a family that loves each other.
Yes, they do.
But he stayed away for so long because him and his dad just fight all the time.
Yes.
But I still never found a reason for him to truly stay away for so long. His family is very welcoming and apologizes for lying to get Reed to come to the house. They direct them to get settled in the guest room. He's even surprised that both of his sisters are there because one of them's from California. They're like, well, isn't that why you're here? Is because you wanted to see me? And he's like, no, I thought there was an anniversary party. They kiss and fall into bed together as Emma falls more in love with him. And they fall asleep. Reed wakes up to Emma pushing him away. She is discombobulated, forgetting where she was. They get dressed. He helps her regain consciousness and get comfortable again. And they get dressed and join the rest of the family. They play games, quote unquote. They get tied up and time themselves getting out of the zip ties and duct tape. Emma was slightly horrified as Kennedy, his sister, placed him in a chokehold. They're truly doing some work on each other. They're not just...
And he's
playfully, yeah.
He's zip tied, and she's like, and this. And he's like, I'm going to get out. And she's like, try me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it's traumatizing to her because these people are getting tied up. What the hell is happening here?
Together.
Yeah.
They're choking each other out.
Yeah.
This was a not fun Sunday night for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds traumatic.
This sounds like things that happened to me, but
not
you guys are doing it for fun.
Yeah. I think they all kind of recognize this might have been a lot for you to walk into. But then she gets caught up in the love, laughter, and fun of Reed's family, because even though they're doing some crazy stuff, like you said, they actually do have a lot of love for each other. Reed tells her that when he looks at her, he sees his wife. He tells her one day he will marry her as they walk to the guest room. As they get dressed for bed, he confesses he needs to tell her something. After Lala's stroke, Reed took legal custody of Nora. Nora doesn't know it, but if anything were to ever happen to Lala, Nora would not be displaced, and she's protected from their mom because he would take her in. He's technically her legal guardian.
Yes.
And Lala can make all the decisions. Kennedy starts a game of tag with Reed and ends up in a chokehold. Kennedy tases him while he holds her. Then notices Emma. This is when she really, like, obviously you're getting tased right now.
And he's like,
wild.
this is nothing. And she's like, meh, meh,
Yeah,
meh.
yes. And he's like, you still won't get out of here. So then notices Emma frozen in fear. As he calms her, Reed's dad comes over. They found her, is all he said. So dad walks over while she's getting over this traumatic moment of watching Reed get tased. And he's like, they found her. And then Reed's like, by the way, I have to tell you something. I asked my dad to find your mother.
What the fuck?
She finds out that she's serving a 10-year sentence for robbery that started 6 months ago. Reed's dad and uncle notice Emma's reaction and note that they are due to trauma.
They're like talking to each other. And they're like, "Do you see how she reacted? Definitely got some trauma in there." And they're like, "Yep, trauma."
For sure. But then they let Reed know, like, we love her. She's fabulous.
Like the whole family loves her, even though she's clearly has issues.
She's so much better than your fiance. She's great. Perfect fit for you. So Emma, as she talks with Reed's mom and sisters about her life, Reed's phone starts blowing up with 911 texts from Peter. He walks out. He gets a call. After a short call, Reed enters the room, telling her they have to go right now to go pack because Lala and Nora have been in a car accident. At the hospital, they find that Lala has a brain tumor and it's multiplied and caused a seizure, which is what caused her to run the red light and get T-boned by this other car. She's had this, but she refuses to get treatment for it because she doesn't want to go through chemo and have all this hard path to being better. And she's got 5 years, so it's no big deal.
So much time.
Reed had no idea about Lala's diagnosis. He knew that she had that stroke or whatever. And when she had the stroke, that's when they found the tumor, and it's just grown. And she's refusing to get help with it. Lala stays in the hospital for observation, and the two take Nora home for the night. Reed's friends had rallied together to ensure his home was ready for Nora, complete with her toys and clothes from Lala's. Emma was researching Nora's delays and voiced that she was on the spectrum. She has concerns. And Reed's kind of like, yeah, we already know that. They kind of talk about, you taking Nora's maybe a more prominent thing that's going to happen. We thought Lala would be around for a long time, but she's not going to get treatment on this brain tumor. She's going to be gone a lot earlier than we thought.
Yeah.
You may need to have this conversation with Nora because Nora still has no idea. And you've never even told your parents that you potentially have this girl you're going to be taking care of.
But at the hospital, too, she calls her. She's like, "Oh, my Emma." She finally calls her my Emma instead of that one.
Yeah. Leah and Peter have a moment when everyone is feeling the baby kick. Leah leaves and Reed lays into Peter because they're like, "Oh, feel the baby." And then Peter does such he really tries to stay away from her. And she's like, "Feel it," and grabs his hand. And as soon as it does, sparks and chemistry flies. And all of a sudden,
There's hearts exploding between each other. And everyone's like, "Oh, fuck, you see this?"
Everyone can see it. They're like, "Oh my God, they're basically naked in front of us." And and then Reed's pissed. So then Leah leaves and Reed just like lays into Peter. Like, that's our best friend's sister. She's married. She's got another man's baby inside her right now. Like, get it together. He needs to back off, is basically what Reed is telling him. Peter calls Emma into the argument, pleading that she said her husband wasn't a good man. Like, "Emma, you're the one who told me. What did you mean by that?" And Reed wants to know how she even knew about Peter and Leah and Jared. And she's like, first of all, it's pretty obvious. Like, I just looked at them and could see it. You guys are blind. But she will not share about how she knows Jared.
She's like, "I don't know him." And he's like, "Liar."
Yeah, then why did you say he's not a good man? So Reed knows she's lying. She says she doesn't know him. Reed resigns to talking about it tomorrow as they shower together, breaking some of her fears as he kneels in front of her.
And then we jump into the last bit, chapters 39 through the epilogue. We're in Reed's point of view. And Emma tries to sneak out wearing Reed's shirt. Like, didn't want to wake him. She's like, "You've been up for days."
Yeah.
And she's got his shirt like all tied up cute as she's going to work. And he's like, "Yeah, that bitch is wearing my clothes. Hell yeah." That afternoon, Reed and Peter head to the bookstore opening. Jared was there, and Reed noticed him looking towards Emma. Emma bonds with Nora over learning to read because she's like, look, I didn't learn how to read in school either. I didn't learn until I was an adult.
Some of the things that came out when they were at her parents' house, like, oh, I didn't go to school. My mom just never took me.
Yeah, so I learned all by myself and got my GED after I turned 18. So the loft that he found her in, Emma had made that just for Nora when she comes to visit the store. Like, this is because I think you're on the spectrum. Like, this is a quiet space that you can come and it has books just for you in. And she has one more surprise for her. She goes to the office to grab it. And then it's been a minute. Emma doesn't come back. And Reed's like, this is weird. Where'd she go? Like, why hasn't she come back yet? Let me go look for her. Peter, will you watch Nora? And so he goes and he hears kind of arguing. So he pulls his gun out because he's got his gun on him. And he finds a man who he doesn't recognize right away, pinning Emma in the office. Hearing Emma fighting him, Reed enters silently, gun in hand, and realizes it's Jared. With the gun trained on him, he pushes him off and begs Emma to tell him, like, how the fuck do you know this asshole? Obviously, you know him. And then Peter comes from the back. He enters, punches Jared for how he treats Leah. He's like, yeah,
all this pent-up anger.
And then Emma tells Reed and Peter to leave. And he's like, you guys got to go. But Reed doesn't want to leave her. But he's like, oh, I can tell in her eyes there's something more here. And there's a reason why she's pushing me away. So they go outside and they post right outside the door, guns drawn, ready to fuck up somebody.
Yeah.
In Emma's point of view, she's in the room alone. She's telling Jared he can't take Nora from her. And he says Ron did paperwork and that he could make the changes so Nora doesn't have a guardian. So we can make it so that nobody's attached to Nora. So when police come and Lala's dead, like, no, she's going into the system. So he also says he will take away Reed's career. He threatens a fake rap sheet for Emma. Like, I got all your mother's charges and I put them on you. And so now it looks like you're an untrustworthy person. Getting him to admit all of this illegal acts. She has her phone set up and she's recording it. Reed and Peter rush in as Jared lunges for her. And she finally tells Reed that she knows him from that night in New York. And Reed fucks him up a little bit. Then it jumps to Reed's point of view. He's waiting in the station with his chief. Jared and his father-in-law they're going for Reed's badge. They want him fired. They don't want him to be a cop anymore. Detectives are questioning Reed and he thinks Emma is being quiet. He's like, there's no way she's going to talk to these cops. Like, I'm losing my job. Like, it is what it is. I would do anything for her. I don't need this badge. I have love.
I will lose my job protecting her. And yeah.
So then the detective comes in and he's like, Reed Ryan, you're free to go. After all the things your girlfriend told us. And he's like, oh, Emma talked to you guys? Amazing. Then fucking Leah's in labor. So they all go to the hospital. Nobody's allowed in the room because they were all just fighting with the husband. But Jared is not there. Ron gets arrested. So while they're all waiting for Leah to have this baby, Granddaddy Ron is arrested for tampering with evidence. So Leah's mom is like, I'm going to go. Nick's like, oh, I'm going to go too. And she's like, no, you stay here with your sister. Like, somebody needs to be here with her while she has this baby. I'll go deal with your dumbass dad. You stay here. Then Nick and Reed start to argue about his father. And he's like, what do you know about my dad's arrest? Why wouldn't you tell me? And then Emma steps in and admits it was her. She said something to the police about his dad. Butler is livid, but Emma shares the video that she had of Jared admitting to everything, corroborating that the dad, Ron, had something to do with it. He was nefarious as well. And in the aftermath, Peter tells Butler he loves Leah. So Reed tells him how he saw the two together the night before, and he sees now that Leah loves him too. Nick's wife, who we hadn't heard from yet, Jen, gets into the conversation and says she knows about Jared and his dad. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, and the arrest is valid, my dude. Like, he's got some shit on him.
She's like, witnessed. He tried it on me. He's like, what?
Yeah. She explains that they made comments, both of them, to her and the conversations she had with Leah about Jared's sex schedule, his weekly cheating, and Ron is the same way. He taught him the ways. And so like the mom and Leah are trapped in this marriage where these men are just going out, sleeping around and demanding sex on demand and all of this random terrible shit. So Reed walks away to call his dad back, as his dad's been calling like, hey, it's been a few days since you guys randomly like ran off and left. Like, how is everything over there? And he says, hey, I need to tell you something about Emma's sister. Then it jumps to Emma's point of view. And Nora, she's sitting with Nora, and Nora's like, I think my Lala's really sick. And so the doctor did tell Emma that she only has 2 months left because she doesn't want to lie to her, but she doesn't want to scar her. So she tries to gently tell her and give her an honest answer. Reed comes in to say goodnight to Nora. They move to Reed's room, falling into bed because Nora's in Peter's room and he's sleeping on the couch. Fall into bed and vow forever to each other. He tells her the next morning that he's going to marry her, and she tells him, do it. But then she gives it do it on a day where we're not sad and we're not fighting and the sun shits rainbows. She has this list of shit that she wants it to be when they get married. Their moment's interrupted by the doorbell, and Emma rushes to put on jeans, hearing Reed's parents at the door. They came to meet Nora. He told them the night before, hey, I legally have custody of this girl. And so they bust in there how could you tell us we have a granddaughter and not expect us to show up to meet her?
To meet her and spend time with her and be with her.
Yeah, they're very loving people. And then Nora comes out of the room and she's like, good morning. And he's nervous. They're both nervous watching her interact, but she just starts interacting with them, and it's really sweet. Then it jumps to the epilogue. In Reed's point of view, Nora runs to Reed. It's been 9 months since Lala was released from the hospital. Reed moved into the Wade house to support and see Emma during off shift. Nora accepts that Reed is her guardian seamlessly because she's always
loved him.
Yeah, and he said something I'm yours, and she's like, yeah, you're my Reed, duh.
Yeah, you've been my Reed. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Lala only lasted 5 months before she passed. So much has happened since Lala's passing. First Responder Thursday started up again. Nora just went outside and put a sign out front one Thursday after, a month after she passed, come and get it. And so Emma has found a groove with the bookstore, eventually hiring Jen, Leah, and Mrs. Butler. So that way they can start getting some financial freedom away from their shitty
husbands.
Yeah. Leah and Peter move in together, and Ron and Jared were going to prison for a long time. There's all of Reed's family is in the house, causing a commotion, and he goes and wakes up Emma before sunrise, and he's like, get ready, bitch. I'm marrying you today at sunrise. And that's the end of Lie to Me.
Bravo! What a story.
What a story.
A roller coaster.
So now we are going to get into our ratings, which if you haven't joined us, we base everything, all of our books we rate on a 3-shot system. 1 shot is I'm not coming back for more. 2 shots is it's good enough for another, but not worth the hangover. And 3 shots, it got me up. Okay.
I give it a 2-shot.
Oh, okay.
2 shots.
2 shots.
I mean, I'm not allowed to give it half shots, so
you sure should.
I'll round up.
What would you give it 2.5 shots?
No, I'm rounding up, so 1.5.
Oh, okay.
It's not the worst book ever, but it's also not the best book ever. So I'll just meet in the middle and do 2 shots.
Okay.
It had its moments. I think it was a lot of drawn out, pent up anger and just get to the point already, but it was good.
I'm going to rate this a 1 shot. I thought a lot of the story was really cringy. I couldn't get into even the smutty scenes I thought were weird and gross. And the fact that even him in the start, I wanted to like him because I felt like there was this urge to do what was right. I'm a good man. But you were initially attracted to a woman who did not want anything to do with you, and you were turned on by that. That grosses me out a little bit. I feel like he was supposed to be this hero, and he was kind of gross. Yeah, I don't think I ever fell in love with either character. I felt like she wasn't doing anything to actually heal herself and her past traumas. And clearly she was this broken girl that he was like, let me finger you and make it all better. And I didn't like that. So I think there were decent parts of the book, but I couldn't get past the cringy parts. And so I liked her fixing the book with a bookstore. All right. So 1 shot.
I also give it 1 shot. I didn't like Emma. I liked the idea of Reed being this soft, caring man, but I don't think it was done properly. And it was very unrealistic for someone to be so broken by trauma and then just being like, oh yeah, you touched my clit, let's fuck.
Yeah.
It feels like all of the you touched my wrist.
The only thing I have known. Yeah.
And I'm scared, but yeah.
The only thing in life I have known is sex is without consent and rough and scary and traumatic.
but put me in front of a mirror and diddle me and it's on, brother.
And better. Without having any sort of like
Negative
therapy
reaction or
doing
anything.
anything real to like promote healthy healing, right? Like it was just like, don't worry, my dick will heal this for you, but I'll do it gently. It almost felt like past traumas can be fixed with another man. It's okay.
Yeah.
And
once you find a good man, the dick will set you free.
Yeah. I think the way the author was going with it was a good path. It just didn't hit the way maybe it was supposed to.
It was missing pieces of it.
They all can't be winners.
Yeah. That's why I say I would like to read her other book. I don't think it was bad writing. I just don't think these things landed the way she wanted them to.
Yeah, no, the writing wasn't bad because I think that would have made it so much worse.
Right.
I just don't think the story, it was unrealistic. Knowing how trauma sits with people, it was unrealistic. But I did like his family and I liked the bookshop.
Yeah.
And I liked the idea of what Reed could be, like this big teddy bear of a man.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on our Lie to Me summary. We unpacked the story, the romance, and the idea that love can magically fix years of trauma. And while this one didn't fully win us over, it definitely gave us things to talk about. The prompts are posted now, so make sure you weigh in before next week's book club.
And if the book had you questioning who to trust and what secrets are worth keeping, rate and review the show. It helps other readers find their way to stories that blur the lines between love and deception and keeps the conversation going long after the truth comes out.
This story proves that falling for one person you're afraid of can be both terrifying and irresistible. Mm-hmm. If Lie to Me had you hooked, come hang out with us. Follow @LitOnTheRocksPod on Instagram and TikTok and visit literatureontherocks.com.
Until next time, may your cocktails be dark and your emotional healing involve more than just a good dicking. Cheers!
Bye.